Star Wars' long-planned Boba Fett spin-off is reportedly back on the Lucasfilm docket and is slowly taking shape. After the success of Rogue One, a Star Wars story and the likely success of the upcoming Solo, a Star Wars story, the Disney subsidiary is planning to add to their anthology films with one that puts the popular bounty hunter at the forefront. Lucasfilm has been trying to move forward with a Boba Fett solo film for quite some time now, with Josh Trank previously attached to the project until it was shelved indefinitely. So if anything, there is a good chance that Kathleen Kennedy and her cohorts are revamping the property creatively, especially with the current episodic trilogy already nearing completion. Related, Star Wars Boba Fett spin-off had sizzle reel for Celebration 2015 back in the summer. Reports surfaced that there was a slew of standalone movies that Lucasfilm was considering giving the green light to in the next several years, including a Boba Fett project. Since then, however, it has been pretty quiet, with a huge chunk of the Star Wars buzz channeled into the Rian Johnson directed and written Star Wars: The Last Jedi. Now though, a brand new report from Omega Underground suggests that the project is back on with the working title Tin Can. Interestingly, the project's name is the same one used years ago when Trank was still developing it. Whether that means something or it's nothing more than a working title remains to be seen. Lucasfilm seems to be currently ramping up their anthology slate, with the much clamored for Obi-Wan Kenobi standalone film quietly progressing at a steady pace. Despite not having been formally announced yet, it was recently reported that production on the movie has already been set for an early 2019 kickoff, with the working title Joshua Tree. Story details regarding that standalone are still scanned at the moment, but last anyone heard, the writer-filmmaker Stephen Daldry was being eyed to direct the project. Both the Kenobi and Boba Fett spin-offs are expected to be part of the 10-year plan that Lucasfilm has been plotting to continue the famed sci-fi/fantasy series beyond Star Wars, Episode 9 and the possible end of the Skywalker saga. There have been rumors that the company is looking to branch out of the familial story rooted in Anakin Skywalker's narrative and explore other pockets of the galaxy. They were able to successfully do that in the Disney XD series Star Wars Rebels, and Johnson is set to write a brand new trilogy that is far removed from the main saga. This is a good move for Kennedy to make if she wants to keep producing Star Wars movies without the risk of exhausting her target audience with similar content. That said, it's hard not to get a bit worried about these anthology films after several very public director mishaps. Fans will remember that Solo went through a rough patch when original directors Phil Lord and Chris Miller were abruptly fired and were later replaced by Ron Howard 3 weeks before principal photography wrapped. Before that, Rogue One director Gareth Edwards was also under scrutiny after the film underwent extensive reshoots supposedly overseen by Tony Gilroy. Still, it's possible that the Star Wars standalone movies have moved beyond such growing pains, and Boba Fett will progress just fine. More, Lord and Miller's A Han Solo experience made them better filmmakers. Source: